Hello and welcome to Opera on Location's 2020 Summer Concert. Tonight would have marked the opening night of our summer 2020 production, but unfortunately that's been postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic.
Now, as you may know, Catherine and myself are not seasoned professionals when it comes to presenting or indeed video editing, but please do bear with us and we're sure you'll enjoy tonight's virtual event.
As you know, the arts has been hugely affected by the coronavirus, along with many other industries. Opera on Location is lucky that we don't have lots of large overheads, but we are worried about the future. Although the concert is free, we ask that you might consider donating to support the future work of the company. Donation details are below.
Now, let's get things started. Starting us off tonight is Tom Hopkinson, who you will remember from performances such as Eugen Onegin and most memorably as the Commendatore in Don Giovanni. Tonight, Tom is singing Via Riso from La Sonnambula by Bellini. In this song, Count Rodolfo, played by Tom, sings of his younger days wandering around the beautiful and idyllic Switzerland, and this was filmed in Tom's hometown of Nottingham.
The chapel, the tower, the meadows, every homestead so familiar. All remembrance of scenes long vanished, soft enchantment long lost and banished, where my childhood serenely glided, where the joyous moments flew. Oh, how peaceful how peaceful eve abided, while those days not can renew. Oh, remembrance of scenes long vanished, soft enchantment long lost and banished, where the joyous moments flew. Oh, how peaceful abided, how peaceful eve abided, while those days not can renew. Oh, in peace ye have abided, while those days not can renew. Not can renew those days, not can renew.
Huge thanks to Tom for going into the woodland in his local area in Nottinghamshire.
One of the things we asked the singers to do this year is really take on the ethos of the company and go and perform on location. So although we couldn't get together to sing as we usually would, you will hear many recordings from around the UK that we have then put together. So you will still hear some duets, some trios, quartets, and even a large group number at the end.
Gorgeous singing there from Juliette Montgomery singing Quando Men Vo from Puccini's La Bohème. You may recognise it actually from the production that we did at Graves Gallery in 2014 or the Spiegel Tent at Night in 2016.
Yes. As we were listening to that, Catherine told me a really interesting fact about Puccini and how he became so popular. When he was writing operas, he was finding it hard to get performances. However, the publisher Ricordi, based in Italy, who's still around today, had a deal that every time someone rented the rights to a Verdi opera, as Verdi was so incredibly popular and very sought after, he made them buy 2 operas, and one by a lesser known composer. Puccini, being a particular favourite of Ricordi, was always his first pick, and that is how he became so notorious.
That's right, and a seamless link into our next number, which is the famous quartet from Verdi's Rigoletto.
Yes. In this piece, Gilda, watching on with her father Rigoletto, played by Fiona Hims and Tom Hopkinson, who we've already seen, watch as the Duke, played by myself, tries to seduce the beautiful Magdalena, played by Holly Ann Bangham.
Fairest daughter of the Graces, I, thy humble slave, implore thee, with one tender word of joy, restore me, and the pangs of unrequited love, of my anguish, see the traces, thee I treasure, all above, with one tender word of joy, restore me, and the pangs of unrequited love.
I appreciate rightly all you say is but to flatter. To speak of love thus lightly, I laugh to think how many at your tender tell will move. Words like these to me were spoken.
Tears will not have
I am proof, my gentle Games are sweet and empty,
fairest daughter of the Graces.
I appreciate rightly all you say is but to flatter.
People often say to me that opera is just about death, and whilst that is somewhat true, many of them aren't, and in fact one in particular is written based on a fairy tale.
That's exactly what Engelbert Humperdinck did with the Grimm brothers' fairy tale, Hansel and Gretel. From that work, we now have 2 numbers. The first is the Evening Prayer, sung by Holly Ann Bangham and Andrea Tweedale, and this is sung as Hansel and Gretel try to go to sleep in the woodland.
Yes, and then Aidan Edwards performs their father's aria as he comes home from work, always drunk. And I mean the character, not Aidan.
When at night I go to sleep, 14 angels watch to keep. To my head a guarding, to my feet a guiding, to on my right, on my left hand.
For the lowly, lowly creatures, everyone has self-same features. Empty bodies without a might, empty stomachs without one bite. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, hunger whets the appetite. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, hunger whets the appetite. Can feast on plenty, but for us the larder's empty. We're condemned to feast alone, 7 days on one poor bone. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, hunger makes a good man grow. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, hunger makes a good man grow. My children suffer, but I answer to their mother, working tirelessly every day, work for weeks for 1 day's pay. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la, work for weeks for 1 day's pay. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, work for weeks for 1 day's pay. Hunger's food is fine and hot, he calls for me to fill the pot. But how can we obey his call if we're without the wherewithal? Tra-la-la-la, Tra-la-la-la, here's what I like best of all. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, here's what I like best of all.
In 2015, you might remember that we performed Tchaikovsky's Eugen Onegin in the ballroom of Sheffield City Hall.
Yes, I always really loved this opera, and particularly the aria that Lenski gets to sing just before he meets his untimely demise in the duel with Onegin. So, using this opportunity to perform some of our favourite works, I went into the local woodland in my home in Chesterfield and performed this aria once again. And I was wearing my original costume, so that's what I'm wearing in this one.
Have flown my days of childhood, my days of spring, oh golden days. What's in the day that lies before me? I try but cannot read this story. The future is a mystery. Whatever fate decrees will be. If death is my journey's destination, or if his bullets pass me by, fate wills it, so I must agree. God gives us life, God gives us breath. Blessed is the rise of day. Blessed is the fall of night. A ray of sun will dawn tomorrow and sparkle with a freshening air. But I perhaps then will be lonesome within my tomb, lost in despair. The memory of this once bright poet will fade, and none shall know it. Be lost by all, but not by you, Olga. Then will you come, sweet Olga, whom I loved? Yes, come and weep where I am lying, remembering he was my true love, and loved me over any other earthly source of joy or gladness. Olga, my whole love was yours, and Olga, you became my cause. My days of joy, my days of sadness are Olga, my whole love was yours. Beloved friend, my dearest one, oh come, I call to you, come and be my wife, oh come and be my wife, oh come,
Next up is a face you'll definitely recognise. Soprano Andrea Tweedale has been with us right from the very beginning in 2013 with our production of Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yes. In this aria from Tannhäuser by Wagner, Elizabeth, played by Andrea, is singing about her lover returning in the great hall where all of his triumphs in his singing competitions have taken place. This was filmed in a local church to Andrea in Bedford.
I'm sure you'll agree that was gorgeous singing there from Andrea Tweedale. Now for something you'll definitely recognise.
Yes, we use this opportunity to perform some of the things that we never get a chance to, but are really lovely stuff that you'll definitely know. So please sit back and enjoy as Holly and Fiona sing the famous flower duet from Delibes' Lakmé, and myself and Matthew Palmer sing the famous Pearl Fishers duet from the opera of the same name by Bizet.
This
Someone that we haven't introduced you to yet is Laurie O'Brien, our musical director for 2020. She had the unexpected mammoth undertaking of recording all of the accompaniments for tonight's performance, and we think she did a stunning job.
Brilliant. Yes, and also we were very fortunate, however, to have a couple or two couples in the cast able to perform together. So please sit back and enjoy Aidan Edwards and Juliet Montgomery as they perform Love Unspoken from Franz Lehar's Merry Widow.
Unspoken faith unbroken all night through. Strings are playing, hear them saying, I love you. Now the echo answers, say you want me to. All the world's in love with love, and I love you.
I hear the music play, it carries me away. A sorrow will have flown, and your mind time alone. So that music seems to say, I'm still not saying anything. It's wanting you to know I love you so.
Now the echo answers, say you want me to. All the world's in love with love, and I love you.
Thank you. You may recognise Aidan, who played Eugene Onegin in the opera of the same name, and also Escamillo in Carmen in 2018.
Another familiar face now, Fiona Hims, who you may recognise from our 2019 production of Don Giovanni. Here she is singing Dvorak's Song to the Moon from Rusalka on the south coast. This is gorgeous and something really, really special.
like to welcome back Matthew Palmer, who you may remember from our very first production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, where he played Demetrius, or most recently, where he joined us and played the Count in Mozart's The Marriage of Figaro. Tonight, Matthew's going to be singing Fair Moon from HMS Pinafore by Gilbert and Sullivan.
In this aria, Captain Corcoran goes out onto deck to lament his problems to the moon. He's always tried to be the best captain he can be, but recently his crew have turned against him. To complicate things, his daughter is in love with one of the sailors.
We will then move on to Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado, where Holly, Andrea and Juliet will be singing the famous Three Little Maids from School. And in homage to the recent situation, they will each be in their own homes being homeschooled.
Three little maids from school are we, part of the school girl well it can be, filled to the brim with girlish glee. Three little maids from school, everything is so fun. Nobody's safe for we care for none. Life is a joke that has just begun. Three little maids from school. Three little maids who all unwary come from a lady's seminary, free from genius tutelary. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school. One little maid is a bride yum. Two little maids in attendance come. Three little maids is the total sum. Three little maids from school. From three little maids take one away. Two little maids remain and they won't have to wait very long, they say. Three little maids from school. Three little maids who are all unwary come from a lady's seminary, free from genius tutelary. Three little maids from
As the evening draws to a close, we'd like to take this opportunity to firstly thank our wonderful singers. We're so privileged to have such an exceptional cast, and we'd like to commend them on their bravery for going out into these unusual locations to perform their arias. Thank you. We'd also like to thank Laurie O'Brien, who played all of our accompaniments tonight and did a magnificent job doing so, which was not an easy feat, so thank you. And thirdly, we'd like to thank you for watching and for your continued support of Opera on Location.
If you've enjoyed tonight's concert, we'd be really grateful if you'd consider donating towards the future work of the company. The link is posted below. We really hope that it won't be too long before we get to see you all in person again and we're back creating live opera.
So now to finish, we'd like to perform 2 songs from Strauss's Die Fledermaus, singing about 3 things we all need right now. Love, friendship, and of course, champagne. Cheers!
Brother mine and sister mine, to each other we sing as lovers should. Sister mine and brother mine, do we do love conquer so for eternity? We're in sympathy, though we may forget tomorrow. I take you, you take me, do, dreams come true. First a kiss, then it's you, always you, if you'll choose me. Brother mine and sister mine, brother mine and sister mine, each other we save our Champagne is my one true passion, tra-la-la-la-la-la. It is the height of fashion, tra-la-la-la-la-la. My simply is not stopping, now corks have done their popping. The glasses they are clinking, and soon we can start drinking. A toast, this calls for celebration. We give you an ovation, we give you an ovation. Champagne, champagne, champagne. Let's raise our glasses to champagne, long to live, long to reign. No other drink is quite as fun, our night has just begun. Let's raise our glasses to champagne, long to live, long to reign. No other drink is quite as fun, oh, champagne. Let's go for the night.
And now that the feud is ended, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la, what could be more splendid, tra-la-la-la-la-la, than drinking all together like birds of a feather. We've never been more thankful than when we have a glassful. A toast, of course a celebration. We give you an ovation, we give you an ovation.
Champagne, champagne, champagne.
Let's raise our glasses to champagne. Long to live, long to reign. No other drink is quite as fun. Our night has just begun.
Let's raise our glasses to champagne. Long to live, long to reign. No other drink is quite as fun. Oh, champagne. Let's one another.
I love every little bubble, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. It gets me into trouble, tra-la-la-la-la-la. With plenty on libation and causing a sensation. Let's drink until the morning, until the